Hey guys, Josh from CaliforniaThroughMyLens.com. Today we're hiking to the Waterfall in Death Valley, Darwin Falls.
Darwin Falls is located in the western part of Death Valley National Park, an hour from the main area of Furnace Creek. It is much less visited than many of the other park attractions, but it's a great spot with a nice waterfall in the stark desert.
We made it into Death Valley National Park. We're on the west side right now, which is the side that most people don't enter on. We're still about 70 miles from the main area of Death Valley, but this is where Darwin Falls is, and that's what we wanted to check out today.
To get there, you must leave the main park on Highway 190 and drive past the town of Panamint Springs to a marked dirt road. You will then drive on this road for 2 miles and arrive at the parking area for the waterfall.
We reached the turnoff. There's the parking area right there.
So we made it to the parking area and this car made it out here. Do with that information what you want. I probably wouldn't do it in a car like that, but they obviously made it. It's basically just because there's these big old rocks in the ground like this that you gotta watch out for.
We're the only people in the parking lot. This guy just left. It is 9:30 in the morning. It's about 80 degrees and we're gonna start the trail out to Darwin Falls. Definitely don't do this one in the heat of the summer or later in the day, as it can easily be over 100 here and you would not want to hike with no shade out to the falls.
This is a 1 mile trail, so we're here and we gotta walk all the way through the canyon and then we'll make it to Darwin Falls. The old man is finally ready. What happened to your Pop's shirt?
Well, it's black.
Ah.
I wear a black shirt in the hike.
That would be very warm.
Professional tip, don't wear a black shirt in the desert.
I'm really excited about finally being able to check this hike off. This is one of those hikes I've wanted to do for 5 or 6 years, but it's just such a remote area of Death Valley that I don't usually come to, so I haven't been able to do it. Today I finally get to check it off.
The trail basically has no markings as you head back into the canyon, but you can see the direction based on the footprints or download an app like All Trails to follow along. You'll notice this pipe as you're walking along. We were told that this area actually supplies water to the town of Panamint Springs that is a little bit further down the road. So, also it doesn't look very secure, this rope holding this pipe up. We continued hiking through the wash, walking alongside the pipe as we headed back into the canyon.
Yep, even at 80 degrees, it's still a warm one. No shade or anything on the trail. Don't do it when it's hot.
All right, we reached the first bend and we're about a half mile in, so halfway to the waterfall. Definitely looks like it's greener up there too, so I think we're almost to the water. Looks like we're passing a little bit of a desert oasis. I think that when we get to the falls, that'll be a true desert oasis. If you notice, there must be some flooding in this area because everything's stuck on this rock. It's about 6 foot or the height of my dad, so the water must come rushing through here. As you head on, the canyon starts to narrow and gets more green and lush. It definitely doesn't feel like you're in the desert of Death Valley when you enter this area.
Nice little shaded section at about 3/4 of a mile. Might be shady the rest of the way because we're making our way into the canyon.
On one side you have the sage of the desert. The other side you have these big trees near the water. Some type of man-made structure over there, I'm guessing for the water, and some water flowing off of it. We're bending into the canyon one more time and heading that direction. This part of the trail is where it gets really beautiful. There's a small creek that you're walking alongside and lots of green plants.
We're almost to the falls, and this is just a beautiful little oasis area. Such a cool hike, not what you would expect from where you started or in Death Valley National Park.
Check it out, it's like a cattail or something like that in the middle of the desert. This part of the canyon, you kind of just have to find the best trail back. It's a little bit of rock hopping.
As you continue back, you'll even have a few stream crossings to navigate and see dragonflies flying all around you. It's a little overgrown back here. You basically just have to find your best path forward.
I hear the waterfall right there. We made it to Darwin Falls.
Once you make it to Darwin Falls, you'll be greeted by a 20-foot waterfall that flows into a small pool. What makes the waterfall unique is the rock that it hits, which splits the flow at the base. This waterfall was named after Dr. Darwin French, who was a rancher and miner in the late 1800s that lived in the area. I explored this entire area, climbing on the rocks and taking it in from all the different viewpoints, and it's an awesome waterfall to see in Death Valley National Park.
What do you think? Darwin Falls, the waterfall of Death Valley.
This is the last thing you would ever anticipate seeing in this area. It's so desolate, and then this incredible beauty.
You recommend it?
Oh my gosh. And it's a fun hike. It's not very challenging, but it's a fun hike.
That's it for our time hiking Darwin Falls. Thanks for going on this adventure with us, and you can read all about it at californiathroughmylens.com, and we'll see you on the next video.